I just think that in a couple of months, this is all going to be history.
I think you've just illustrated one of my greatest concerns about something you said earlier. And I totally understand what you said, Geraldo. You said, I wear a mask because I want to have good manners. I know there are many people out there who feel similarly to you. They're trying to, quote unquote, look out for their neighbor by wearing a mask or getting vaccinated. But what starts out as empathy so many times in our society, and not just on COVID-related issues, what starts out as good manners turns into bullying, turns into demands, turns into requirement. And within the span, Geraldo, of 2 minutes, you went from good manners to requiring me to show my papers. You went from trying to be a good neighbor to asking me to prove my vaccination, my voter registration, to prove everything on a card. And that's my concern. You start with empathy and you end with a demand.
All right, Will, what if this is the scenario? I'm seated at a restaurant with my wife and my children. You come in, you sit at the neighboring restaurant. Right, shouldn't I have a reasonable expectation that you are vaccinated, that your family, those members that are appropriate, are vaccinated?
No.
Don't you owe me, as a fellow citizen, the reassurance that you're not going to make my family sick?
No.
I think that if you disagree with me,
the science suggests I do not present
to come.
But the science suggests I do not present a threat. You are vaccinated. You'll have the choice of whether or not to vaccinate your children. The risk is minimal. The numbers backed up by the data suggest your concerns, and I might suggest your paranoia, does not get to impede upon my freedom.
Well, if you've ever taken a subway in New York, Will, you know that your nose is in someone else's armpit. They're breathing down the back of your neck. Yeah. You're crammed in there like a sardine. Yeah. Don't you want to know who's vaccinated? Or, in your case,
I'd rather you take a
don't take the subway. Don't take the subway. Right. Take a limousine.
Speaking of New York, Geraldo, here in New York, Mayor de Blasio yesterday was eating a great big burger from Shake Shack, because Shake Shack is going to give you free fries if you get an inoculation. And in your state of Ohio, the governor has come out with a great idea, and that is 5 different people in your state are going to win $1 million simply for getting a jab. Is that a good investment of public dollars?
I'm all for it. Mike DeWine has announced that with some of the stimulus money, 5 lucky winners already vaccinated here. You don't have to apply for it. Will be getting $1 million. Now, I know some companies are giving out cases of beer. There are other incentives that are out there. This one, however, here in the Buckeye State, I think wins the cake. $1 million to the random person selected, and they say, Steve, that your odds are better than they would be in the normal state lottery because fewer people are, I guess, engaged.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It's $1 million a week, 5 weeks in Ohio if you're vaccinated. If you needed any incentive to get a jab, $1 million might be just the ticket.
Yeah, the lottery ticket's $1. The jab is free.
And your state also, Geraldo, your state in Arizona is the latest to announce they're cutting the federal unemployment. There's $300 checks that you were holding up to the very beginning.
They have to. They absolutely have to. Ainsley, there are help wanted signs throughout my area. This is a yours truly. It's a chain of coffee shops. It pays well with tips. You go into the 50. I don't know the specifics, but you're certainly into the teens. They can't find work. Many of the stores are shut as a result. I stopped at one highway rest stop, but on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, 6 restaurants. I may have told you the 6 restaurants, only the Chick-fil-A was open. The other 5 all closed. Why are they all closed? No help available. Yeah. How are you going to get people to work when you get your unemployment insurance plus $300 on top of that indefinitely? Well, many of the Republican states, like my own, have put an end. There's a date certain that will end in a month or so.
Well, Chick-fil-A was open. We know one thing: you weren't out on a Sunday.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the results of this in these states, those 16 states that are saying no more unemployment, if they're going to start seeing more people back at work.
I bet you're probably
There's
right.
no doubt. I have no doubt. I have no doubt.
All right.
Always fun to talk to you, Geraldo.
The odds are jobs or unemployment. You'll get a job.
Geraldo, put your Geraldo Rivera mask back on, and we will see you back here on this program next Friday.
All right. I'll be walking around there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll see you at the restaurant. You can wear that mask. I'll see you at the restaurant.
All right.
See, some people use it so they're not recognized, but Geraldo wants to be recognized. He even has the mustache.
I think it would be funny if we all 4 had the Geraldo masks.
Yeah, I feel like I would look weird. Also, person dropping her phone over here. Sorry if you heard that loud noise and I distracted you guys. All right, good morning. Let's begin with this.